Greetings, everyone. It's Friday afternoon around 4 o'clock. We're kind of doing a spontaneous live chat here. Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement. I'm expecting my friend Sam St. John to join me shortly. Hope everyone is having a good day. Trying to figure out what we're going to talk about today. Bear with me for a sec. I got to kind of figure out this YouTube thing, get a channel up so I can give people some wrenches and do some other cool stuff here. There we go. I think we're good to go. Now I can go back to StreamYard and everything should be good. Hopefully you guys, somebody will join me shortly. Friday afternoon. Looks like we've got 5 people watching. An update on the Florida thing. My daughter lives just in the Orlando area. They were having a pretty rough time. A lot of flooding. The water came right up to their pretty much their front door, and then started to recede after that. So it was probably up to about the trunk of a car. And then now it's just up over the curb. So that's cool. 7 people here. Aha, Jason, Mr. Big Sky. Early attendance does count for something, Mr. Fez Monkey. How are you guys? This is pretty cool. Thank you. I'm just saying Sam St. John will be joining me shortly. Just waiting for him to pop in and say he's around. And then I'll send out a link. I don't know what's happening with you guys. If you got anything you want to talk about, throw in some topics. We are Harry's room. Harry, congrats on doing your first live chat yesterday or the day before. That was pretty cool. I was all wrapped up in my sporting events. I was watching the Yankees and the Yankees and the Jays, waiting for Aaron Judge to hit his 61st home run. And the hockey was going on, and you seem to have a pretty all-star crew there, man. Mazzy and Rachel. Rachel helped me on my first one too. She came on and showed me the ropes. So I was handing out wrenches and doing all kinds of stuff. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you had fun with it. I'll look forward. Hopefully, I can focus more on the next one. Yeah. So not much going on today. I did earlier posted a video on my Bob Dylan collection, which seems to be getting a few views. Showed all my box sets, and I've been the last few days I've been devouring the complete album collection box set with 47 discs. Interesting listening to some of the albums that I'm not that familiar with, Down in the Groove and stuff like that. Harry says the Triplicate album is a hard listen for me. I actually really like the Triplicate album. There's a few songs on there I really like. That's my favorite of the 3, actually. And yeah, I'm kind of a fan of those albums just because of the way Bob arranges them. I don't find it's like, because I hate crooner music. I can't listen to Sinatra and all that stuff because I can't stand the orchestras and the syrupy stuff and that voice. Everybody's got that same crooner voice. Just drives me nuts. And my parents listened to it when I was a kid, and I think I'm still rebelling against it. How's my daughter? So my daughter's doing fine. They have some power now, and they're just trying to figure out what went rotten in their fridge over the last day or so. And the water's receding. It didn't make it up into their house, which was really good, but it did make it up pretty far. Their street, man. She sent me a short video of it. It was like a lake, and there was a guy wandering around. One of their neighbors wandering around the street, and he's walking around with a pitchfork. I'm getting the impression that was just in case he ran into an alligator or something. The Dylan set is fantastic, Jason. Yeah, it's really cool. I love having it. I've wanted it for so long, and it made me really happy to get it. And I procrastinated, and I didn't want to spend the money. And then I ended up actually selling my Beatles singles collection box set to help to fund it. Um, I found that the Beatles singles collection it just sat there. It was just a showpiece. I never played it, never played the 45s and EPs or whatever came in it. And so I got a good buck for it and put that money towards the Dylan set, which cost me 270 bucks Canadian. I think that's, a pretty good price for what it's been going for. So, but yeah, and then I traded in I had about a dozen single Dylan CDs to trade in too. So between that and the Beatles thing, I almost paid for it. So just had to throw in a couple extra bucks. Everything was very cool. Yeah, I wanted to. I'm hoping Sam's going to show up. I wanted to talk to him about the Springsteen song and the upcoming soul cover album that he's announced, and I'm not sure when it's coming out. It's coming out soon. I liked the song. Sam is on his way, so he says, "Yeah, still worth it in my opinion." Yeah, I think it was worth it. It was Frozen. Who was Frozen? Me? I hope not. I'm going to throw up this invite here. Copy to clipboard. Paste. And then I'm going to send that out. There's too much stuff going on here. It's hard to manage everything, as Harry would know now. We need producers to do this stuff. Rachel is a pro at it. Have you heard the Beatles Revolver? Tomorrow Never Knows Take One is out. I have avoided listening to Taxman and Tomorrow Never Knows because I want to wait until I actually have a set in my hand and hear it for the first time. I don't want to ruin it for myself. So without saying, how is it, Fez Monkey? Are you happy with it? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Seems like if I was frozen, I'm better now. Well, I put on a shirt. That's why. And Big Sky, it's working fine for him. So I think we're okay. It's good. Don't want to hear them either yet. No. It's good. I like to hear that. I want to hear something positive. Yeah. It's all over the place with this thing. I never get the hate. I know you can always want more in these sets, but people are really disappointed there's no Blu-ray. It's not ruining it for me. Would it be nice if it was there? Yeah, but I'm not complaining because it isn't there. I caved and listened to Taxman, was not disappointed at all. That's very cool. How different is it from the I wonder how different it is. I'm really curious, but if it's going to be kind of like whoa, that's different. I'm hoping the instruments. I just hope there's a lot of separation in the instruments, and you can hear the vocals and the harmonies, and everything's cool. The other thing is, if I'm listening to it on YouTube, I'm listening to it on my iPad, or I'm listening to it on my laptop, and the speakers suck, and I don't think I get a good indication of whether it's good or bad through that. I'm waiting patiently. I just don't know what to buy. They finally announced it's just more Beatle goodness. That is the perfect description. I've been complaining because in Canada, we have not received any pricing yet on the CD deluxe or the vinyl deluxe. And yesterday they finally posted it. 275 bucks for the vinyl Canadian. So with tax, another 25, 30, it's about 310 landed at my door for the vinyl. The CDs 165, so about 200 bucks landed. Just under 200 landed. So right now I'm leaning towards going for the CD set, and fingers crossed that the vinyl set comes down in price a little bit. So that's my my plan. But it should be good nonetheless. Oh, Sam's waiting in the room here. I didn't even see him. There he is. I didn't see you down there.
I don't know. I've been waiting. My hair was short when I started in the back room.
I'm trying to. We're talking about the pricing on the Revolver set. Vinyl in UK is 180 pounds. Sam, with the strength of the American dollar right now, and I understand it's really like creeping up there in comparison to the pound. Would it be cheaper to go on Amazon.co.uk and order it? I bet it might be. You should check that.
Big Sky's saying 180 pounds. Let's see.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. So that's
a pound is like $1.10 here.
Pretty close. Like you'd be buying that for like $200.
Yeah, that's about when I went to Europe in 2016. That's what the euro was. The pound was like $1.50.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's worth considering.
Just before I came on, I got this bad boy in the mail.
Oh,
never owned it. Never owned it. And
really?
Nope. I've also got. I'm trying to fill out the bootleg collection. I didn't have that one.
That's good. I mean, it's yeah.
I don't have the big set. And I'm probably never.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Yeah.
Because this is in it. Which is part of the reason I'm probably never going to get the Rolling Thunder, because I already have the big box and that concert's in it. So.
The pound has tumbled, and I don't want to talk politics, but they seem to be blaming on this new prime minister. She's taking all the flack for it. Yeah, that's cool. So you finally got Biograph.
No, that's 1 through 3.
Oh, 1 through 3. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, really, that's the classic one.
Yeah, 1991.
Yeah, that's got so many gems on it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Blind Willie McTell, and I think I love the song "Catfish" is really good too.
But you said Huck's tunes on this too, isn't it?
And Farewell Angelina's on there.
Yeah. Somebody was talking earlier about the Tomorrow Never Knows. It's the same as what's on Anthology 2.
Oh, is it? Okay. I haven't listened to Anthology 2 for so long I wouldn't even remember.
It's the same take. It's take 1. But I mean, it's great.
Yeah. I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear it.
I still haven't heard Taxman. I'm probably going to hold off on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to hear. We got a question. Have either of you heard an album by the Hollies called The Hollies Sing Dylan?
I think cuts from it.
Yeah, me too. I've heard some of it. I don't know. I've never owned it. I am aware of it.
Was that post Graham Nash?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, 1969.
Jason, great deal on Dylan's Biograph on eBay. CD or vinyl? And sorry, my wife's got the phone's ringing now. I'm just wondering, Jason, if that's CD or vinyl. I'm looking for a vinyl issue of Biograph. I have the CDs. That was to me, that's the first box set. I don't know if I'm accurate in saying that, but I'm pretty sure that was the first classic rock. Oh, great. Does Graham Nash hate Bob Dylan? That caused him to leave.
Well, I know that's what
I'm not singing those crappy songs.
That's why Crosby left the Byrds. Part of it is because they kept doing Dylan like cover songs.
CD only, unfortunately. Yeah. Bob, your wife is welcome to join in too. My wife? No, she wouldn't do that. She's
It's almost apple butter time in my life.
Whoa, are you guys start making it now?
Yeah, we're going to start the peeling on Thursday.
For those of you who don't know, Sam in Roanoke, Virginia, they get together every year and they make apple butter jam, I guess you would call it, or spread, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but it's smooth. I mean,
Sam gifted me with a jar of it, which was big compliment, I understand,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fantastic. There's still some in the fridge. Like I just I don't eat it every
Yeah.
day. And I kind of savor it.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
know you gave some to your nephew.
I did not. I gave him a taste so he could
Yeah,
try
yeah,
it,
because he,
but
he
no, I didn't
commented on
give him.
one of my
He wouldn't go.
videos.
He wasn't leaving the house with any. That's for sure.
No. You have to call his parents, say he's gone missing.
Yeah, yeah. Graham hated the Hollies version of "Blowing in the Wind," kind of swing with horns. Well, that'd be interesting. I've never heard that.
I haven't either.
That's kind of weird. Nash did not want to do an album of Dylan covers, wanted the band to be more creative, hence CSN. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's the same
Basically the
year,
same
right?
as Crosby, like
Yeah,
Sam was saying.
it's from
Yeah,
'69. Same
yeah,
year as that debut.
yeah. Well, they were. I mean, they were creative. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. You got to admit,
Yeah.
they were kind of like, I guess, like George Harrison when he was in the Beatles. He had so much material built up at the end of it because he couldn't get it out. And I'm sure
All three of
Graham
them were, right?
Nash and David Crosby were probably the same. They had all these ideas.
Well, even Stills, because he had to compete with Neil
Yeah,
at
exactly.
the beginning.
Yeah. So, yeah, they were just bursting with energy, and it just worked so well. That doesn't happen that often.
No.
That
I'm
night.
debating tonight whether I'm going to leave my comfortable apartment to go see the David Bowie documentary.
I want to go see that really bad. I'm an hour away from any theater that's showing it. So I am.
There's one about 20 minutes for me.
Oh yeah,
There's one showing at 5 till 6, and there's one showing like at 8:30.
it's supposed to be fabulous.
Yeah, it's just the rain's it's hanging up there in the clouds. It hasn't quite downpoured yet.
Oh no! So how bad are you guys supposed to get this storm?
I think they were saying a little bit over 5 inches of
Yeah.
rain, and some gusts. Last night when I came back here, I was out and about. I intentionally didn't park. You know that I got that tree right outside my window. I didn't park under the tree. I parked on the other side just in case. I didn't want a big branch coming through my
Yeah, no
windshield.
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
worth getting a little wet to, not go out and buy a new car.
Many years ago, when I lived in an apartment building, I parked my car underneath, and there was no air conditioning. Like the air conditioning units were the ones you stuck in the window.
Yeah.
And somebody had an air conditioner. I came out in my car, and the hood of my car is completely crushed in from an air conditioner falling from one of the floors.
That happened in Seinfeld. Remember, it landed on the dog.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Kramer was hanging out the window.
That did it end. Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking about you last night. I was watching TV, and then something just hit me where I was like, you know what? I want to watch some Leave It to Beaver. So I watched a couple episodes of Leave It to Beaver before bed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Which episodes did you watch?
Let me think. Golly. I wish you wouldn't have asked me that. Recently, not last night, but recently was one they were it's when they let Larry and Beaver hold all, like the older guys, let them hold all their coats and their wallets and stuff while they play baseball. And Lumpy said his watch got stolen by Beaver, and that he was going to call the police. He's like, I'm going to call. And then I love when his dad calls him Lumpy instead of Clarence. When he's angry.
Yeah.
Yes, Daddy.
Richard Deacon was his dad. Yeah.
He played that part in so many other shows.
Fred Rutherford. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my, that's crazy.
I know my sister was watching the one the other night of when Wally got the haircut.
Oh, that's an awesome one.
The hair, and they play that music whenever he shows up.
Yeah.
He's always like hitting the grease.
That's a classic.
So
That's
funny.
Classic.
Ward is just staring at him.
I hope Hurricane Ian won't crush your homes, even worse than that. Sam and I are in Virginia, and Ian is coming our way. Well, it never crushed my home. I'm in Trenton, Ontario, and we got nothing. But my daughter's home was in danger there. They're okay.
That's good.
And I wish you could share the video she sent me. Holy smokes. It's like she lives in an area near no water whatsoever. And you look outside of her house, it's like she lives right on a lake. It's
just from the flatness of being in
That
Florida.
was just unbelievable.
I'm worried. I think my parents are very likely going to get water in the basement, which is always just a mess because we're supposed to start getting rain.
Yeah.
They were saying a big percentage is supposed to start around 2, but it's still just kind of dark outside. We got a little bit, but it's stopped. But I think my parents are going to get water in their basement. and we're gonna have to bail it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and it's a finished basement too, and it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh no. Well, I hope they're lifting everything up that's they can.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm in a third floor apartment, but I mean, the thing that we have to worry about, I guess, is wind with these windows.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, they were
so
showing on, like, you don't think about these kind of things, but they showed this woman on there, and I think I don't know if she was in Fort Myers or Naples or whatever, and they were at home. She was at home with her family or something like that, and the water was coming in the house, so they went up to the second floor, and then the water got so high it was like it flooded in their house, and they heard all these big bangs, like gunshots and stuff. It was the water is so forceful it pushes the windows right out of
oh my,
the wall, so they just come flying out, and the wind they can't the windows can't hold the water back.
my word.
So it's just crazy. Like if you don't leave when they tell you to, like you're there, like you can't go anywhere because now it's flooded. You can't walk through it. You don't know what the hell's in it.
Yeah,
It's just scary.
it's apparently our governor just issued a state of emergency in Virginia because it looks like it's in a tropical depression right through kind of where I live. I mean, again, right now it's not much is happening, and there's not really any wind right now, so I really don't know what we're supposed to be getting.
Hold on for a sec. For some reason, my I'm just taking my mic off because it's not working. It's crazy. I got all these things coming at me here. Play a song, boys.
If only we could.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's going to be a while before I get there again. You can always come up here.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it looks like it's
12 hours, buddy. You'll be here.
Tomorrow they're saying a 31 mile per hour winds here. So yeah, just don't park your cars under a tree and you should be good.
Yeah. I don't live in Roanoke, by the way. And your reviews.
It looks, I mean, it's coming up through like following kind of the mountain range, the Blue Ridge.
I thought it was kind of heading out to sea, wasn't it, to the Atlantic?
Right now it's still showing as a Category 1, and then by the time it gets into the northern part of North Carolina, it's going to be a tropical depression. And yeah, it's going to swing right through here, whatever. And it looks like it's going to like kind of die in West Virginia, up in that area. The mountains might catch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Weather, man, it's terrible. These storms are just getting so violent. It's scary for those of you who don't believe in climate change.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
We got to do something.
So you said you wanted to talk Bruce.
Well, I listened to the new song yesterday. So anybody who doesn't know, Bruce Springsteen's coming out with a soul covers CD or album.
Yep.
And I listened to the new song on YouTube. And I went on the Steve Hoffman forums, and they're having a very spirited discussion on there. And I can't believe how many people are slamming it and slamming that he's even doing it. And I was a bit surprised, especially when they've heard one song and now they've panning the whole project. And
what are they saying about it? They're saying that he's lazy,
that he shouldn't be doing it, and he's selling out, and his voice doesn't sound good on it, and he just sounds like he's not doing anything different than Rod Stewart did with the crooner albums and just all kinds of stuff. So
my thing is when
Bruce is set. Hold on a second, Dave. Bruce is 73.
73. Yeah, he just turned 73. Yeah, my thing is once you hit that golden age of
Richard's here.
Like
hey,
even
Richard.
hey,
I'm honored.
Like
Mr. Springsteen. We're talking about Bruce's new soul album.
Don't complain about these older guys doing their thing. I mean, people do it for everybody. They did it for Dylan, they did it for Van Morrison, they did it for Rod Stewart. They did, whether you like him or not. You did it for James Taylor. He did it. Like let these guys do what they do. I mean, they've pumped out great tunes for 50 plus years.
Yeah.
Who cares? If Springsteen wanted to put out a spoken word poetry album, let him do it. Who cares?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you look at Bruce, the history of Bruce, I mean, he grew up on soul music, and I think his whole vision of having a band was to have like a soul review,
Oh
like
yeah, the horns and
yeah, the horns and the whole thing, and a lot of his early concerts had that kind of James Brown feel to them, like just the way the band worked and
yeah,
the stops and starts on the vocals and the way
where
they,
he'd just like throw his hand out and they
yeah,
would.
the whole thing was like a soul review, and so I could see him doing this as a labor of love. I don't know if it's a sellout.
I think his voice sounds great. I mean, good grief, compare his voice, no offense, but to Paul McCartney. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Springsteen's
Bruce
still
is
got the
still,
chops.
yeah, he'll still sing. He's still singing. Yeah,
He's not going to slide across the stage, but
yeah. Just finished reading Stephen Van Zant's autobiography, and he's solidly behind what Bruce has done. In fact, had a lot to do with Bruce's progression. Yeah, if you read Bruce Springsteen's autobiography, he gives Steve Van Zandt a lot of credit too, as
yep.
they were like, he considered him like an equal partner in everything that happened.
Yeah,
So
I've heard good things about Stevie's autobiography.
yeah, I wouldn't mind reading that either. I like Steve Van Zandt.
He's got one of the best channels on Sirius Radio.
I never listened to it, but yeah, it's pretty
Underground
good.
Garage. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
yeah, yeah. He plays some great tunes. I know that. Wow. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that album. I think it's going to be okay. Now, the first song, could I complain a little bit that I think it might have been a little over? It's almost too perfect. Like I wish it was a bit more raw feel to it. It's almost like it's kind of really tightly produced, and but I think it's going to be good. And the songs he picked, I was looking at the set list. I thought they looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be getting it. Do you know when it's being released?
I think like with the rest of these, like in November, all these like pre-Thanksgiving, because that's when the Beach Boys box set is coming out, which I really want. I'm hoping it's gonna do what the Revolver set did, which is drop like $30, like within the first week or so. Because if you look at the other box set that they put out, the Feel Flows, which covered 1970, 71 with Sunflower, Surfs Up, that's dropped tremendously in price, and it's only been out for a year. So I'm probably going to hold out and let it drop just a little bit, especially after buying Revolver and the Tom Petty set.
Oh, there's too much to buy. Like,
and I'm sure you're going to want the David Bowie thing too.
I'm not sure about the Bowie thing yet. I mean, I have Hunky Dory. I don't know if I need a deluxe edition of it. I really like that album, but
yeah,
I'm not. That one, depending on how much it is, but Tom Petty, 100%.
Yeah, because that's all live stuff.
Over 100%.
Yeah, and it's all different. It's not the same songs over and over.
And with Richard listening here, Zappa's like there's it's just 2 CDs, but there's a 2 CD Zappa thing coming out, a live thing coming out the end of October too. So I'm definitely going to grab that. And I have my pre-order in for that Rolling Stones mono box too, if it ever actually comes to fruition. They're still not giving an official announcement, but it's showing in my card as a pre-order. So like this stream. So Glenn, can you get more
algorithms?
Can get some more algorithm? Yes, I get a bit weak. I'll probably only be able to I might only be able to stay on for an hour because my algorithms are down.
I'm still waiting, like on that video I commented for that Kinks reissue. It's taken forever.
I canceled mine because in my card it says it was to be released September 30th.
Yeah.
And then when I checked to the tracking, it says we'll let you know.
Well,
they don't even have a date.
Yeah, it came out like the beginning of this month, and then they're saying it's been delayed to the 30th, and it's just stuck. It's like in process.
Well, I just went. I just said to my wife, I'm driving over to the mall and buying because I saw it a couple of days ago, the individual ones.
Yeah.
And the double one, I don't think it's any different other than it's housed together.
It's just both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I did just get this in the mail.
Oh, nice. I don't have that one.
I watched one of Larry's videos about the Kinks, and I was like, yeah, I need to get that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. Very cool.
It's in stereo and mono. So it's the 2 disc.
Yeah, there's another one Richard mentioned, though. The War box set looks really good, too. That's on Record Store Day.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are interested in that one.
Years with War. That should be good.
For something else to buy, we have Dylan's book coming out in November, too.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is going to be interesting.
I just saw yesterday.
That might be something I'll ask for Christmas. I think I can wait.
Me too. They just opened the new the new California rock exhibit at the Country Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
They had Rodney Dillard was there. They had it was the last performance by the Desert Rose Band with Chris Hillman. Rod McEwen was there. Not John McEwen, not Rod McEwen. John McEwen was there. And they had like all this stuff like the Burritos and the Eagles and the Dillards have an exhibit. I'm pretty sure, from what I understand, first of all, they have all the Flying Burrito nudie suits on exhibit.
Really?
And they also apparently are supposed to have Nez's white suit with the hat.
Is this a touring museum, or is this like going to be a
No, it's the Country Music Hall of Fame.
okay. So it's in the Country Music Hall of Fame. Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be an exhibit that's going to stay. It's not just there for a short time, or
I think it may be till the end of the year. I think it's just like a special wing.
How bad would you like to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and go to that Dylan?
I would love to.
Oh man, we should do that together.
And yeah, meet up with Randy out there.
Yeah, we could fly down. I could drive to Roanoke and we could fly. You should check on flights and see how much that would cost.
Yeah, we'd have to drive and fly down to Greensboro.
Or we could drive. I wonder how long that would be a drive to drive from Roanoke to Tulsa.
I think I've looked it up once. Let me see.
The two of us driving, we could do it in a day.
I think it's like 16 hours or something.
Oh, it's nothing. I could drive to your place in 12 hours.
Let's see.
Stay and rest up for a day, and then we'll head to Tulsa. What a trip that would be.
Yeah, just under 16.
Wow.
And, hey, that would take us, if we were to do the shortest route, that would take us right through Nashville and Memphis.
Oh.
Could you imagine that trip? We could stop in Nashville, do all that stuff. Memphis, do Elvis.
No, I got a sweet talk Lynn to let me do that.
Do Sun Records.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
I know. And I have a cousin out in Memphis, too.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Her and her husband and two boys.
Really? Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Richard says Chronicles Part 2. Yeah.
I have a suspicion that those Chronicles are going to be released after he dies. I think they were probably already written.
Oh, do you think?
I think he's probably got stuff written through at least like the Tempest era. I bet you he's got his life written about up until the last 10 years.
Yep. Yeah, but he doesn't. I mean, Chronicles really wasn't, your typical.
No, he bounced around.
It bounced around so much, and you don't know what's truth and what's fiction.
Yeah.
With Bob,
which is kind of like the Brian Wilson autobiography. He just kind of wrote it like he would jump around, which is how he thinks anyway.
That seems to be a style now, because Elvis Costello's is like that too, and Neil's was like Neil did one like that, and they just kind of. I don't mind it actually. It makes it a bit more interesting than just chronological.
Yeah, because
I mean, get boring.
Like with Bruce's, like you said, you hear about him getting out of Jersey for like the first 200 pages.
Well, problem with Bruce is he has such a mundane life. Like he's not.
Yeah,
he's just nothing. You're not waiting for. I can hardly wait to read about when he murdered this guy in Chicago. Yeah. Nothing's ever happened to Bruce. Like he's just a kind of a normal, mundane lifestyle.
He's a normal guy with a ton of talent.
He's like a working guy.
Yeah,
it's like writing a book about your next door neighbor or something.
Yeah,
but so no, I kind of like the books that jump around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. What else is going on? Oh, you're talk about your new series you got going.
Yeah, I've done the large task, which I started making the list of my 100 favorite albums before I got sick, and then I kind of put it on pause. I got through like the top 60. Well, I got through like the 100 through 60, and then I was on hold. I had all the 100 written. I just hadn't ordered them yet. And then I got sick, and so I put it on hold for 2-3 weeks, and then yesterday yesterday or 2 days ago I finally finalized the 100 and recorded my first 2 videos yesterday when I got home from work, because I had to go into work 3 times this week into the office. And so I've done 2 of them now that are posted now. The second one was just put up earlier this afternoon. And I'll probably knock out another 1 or 2 recording sessions tonight, so I can have them posted over the weekend. I've also got I got a VCLT I wasn't expecting from Aaron. I opened it. I immediately knew it was him. I emailed him. I said, "Hey, did you send me this?" He's like, "How did you know?" So I'm going to show it really quick. And then also Rich sent me that box set of the first 5 America albums. So I might just do a joint video because I never did a video for that because I opened it and it was there. So I might just show like, VCLT from Aaron and Rich, and then I have like a break within the series. And then I'm hoping that once the series is over, I've already started a head start on some live albums. So I'll probably do like Jeff did, either top 40 or even top 25.
How did you find the process of doing it? Did you I know when I did one, it was like
it was hard.
The top 10 and the bottom 10 are almost like really easy to do.
Yeah.
The other 80 are like really hard to
almost
rank.
The top 25 were so difficult because I was starting to get that crunch where I was like, I was like, on one hand, do I want, like 3 Beatles albums back to back, or do I want like, Bob Dylan all together? And then, like, how far down do I really like this jazz album, or this, like newer album only from the last couple of years? Because I have a few albums on here from the last couple of years that have just blown me away that I love. And there were ones that I forgot, and I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of crap from people.
I mean, you're doing this as your favorite albums. I mean, these are personal favorites. No. You're not like, it's not like you're saying this is the greatest album in the world and you have to like it. It's right. I like when people do the more do their favorites, because I kind of take notes, right? Like you mentioned a couple of artists today I didn't know, or Mandolin Orange.
Yeah.
And there was an George Ezra.
George Ezra, yeah.
Yeah, 2 artists that I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ezra's one of those guys. I like him a lot. Again, he's probably not your style, but he's one of these. It's annoying because like he's only put out 3 albums, and the first one was 2014, and his third one just came out. So it's like, he takes his sweet time, and
that's good.
It's
should be quality over quantity, right?
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. James is here for the assorted nonsense. I titled this the boss Dylan and assorted nonsense.
Assorted nonsense. Here we go.
Oh, that's good. What about Mandolin Orange? What is that, like just a rootsy kind of a?
Yeah, they're rootsy. They've toured all sorts. I mean, they're like the Watkins twins or the Watkins siblings, kind of in that vein, like softer music, or like Chris Thile, kind of quiet. They got that. They were raised on bluegrass and trained in bluegrass, but they're more. It's like I said, it's kind of more moody, like moody, like a Nora Jones kind of mood, kind of thing. Just really quiet, rainy day kind of stuff. It's not gonna blow your socks off, but it's and any of the albums you can pick up, and they're all about the same level playing field.
Cool.
They don't have a masterpiece.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I don't know if it's Rich. So Rich Strickler's channel, we did a thing today where we're like when Larry Graves and I used to do the CD exchange.
Yeah, I got through. I've watched almost all except for the last 9 minutes, and then I logged on to this.
Yeah, so between Rich Strickler, myself, Randall Nelson, and Brian from Massey's
Main Entertainment.
Sorry, Brian. We all exchanged one album that any of us had heard before, and then we came back today and reviewed them, and then we picked another album for next week. So it's kind of like an album exchange every week. It was a lot of fun, and Randall Nelson gave me the Blasters, which I just absolutely loved. I've never listened to the Blasters before, man. It's just straight ahead rock and roll. It's just so good. Like,
he's shown it a couple times.
Yeah, you should check that out. The Blasters album. You'd love it. It's really good. Yeah, Dave Alvin, the guitar player, I wasn't aware of, and this guy's really good. Like, so I'm starting to look at his solo albums and see. I'm going to pick up a couple.
I'll let you know. Not the same thing, but John Mellencamp just announced his tour, a huge.
I saw that today.
He's coming to your neck of the woods.
No way.
He's coming up to Ontario.
Oh, no, I wonder where he's coming. I wonder if he's coming close.
He's doing 2 or 3 shows. Like everywhere he's going, he's like staying for like a couple nights.
I'm going to look and see, because last time he was here, he played in the little city called Oshawa, which is about an hour west of me.
Yeah, it's not Oshawa. Let's see. I thought I saw Massey Hall, but
Yeah,
I might be
Toronto. Yeah.
wrong.
You could play Massey Hall. I saw him at Maple Leaf Gardens in 1987
I'd love to see him.
when Cherry Bomb and all those songs were out.
Yeah.
That was the tour.
He's not coming near me. It's like he's coming to those spots that's like just far enough away that I don't want to make that drive.
Where did you see the Ontario dates?
Yep, Massey Hall, June 19th.
Anywhere else in Ontario?
No, he's going to be in Michigan, Ontario, then back in Michigan.
January 19th?
June
19th of 23?
Yeah, that's my sister's birthday.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good birthday present for me. Mine's the 23rd.
Oh, well, there you go.
I wonder how much the ticket prices are.
I don't know. I doubt they've gone on sale yet.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Yeah, maybe. Very interesting.
It says public sale, October the 7th.
Oh, wow. I'm going to check into that just in case they're cheap enough.
And usually he'll play, a bunch of songs because when he promotes a new album, he's like Dylan. He wants to really promote the new album.
Well, I hope he's doing that because I tell you the truth, that's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear the old hits.
I'm pretty sure the old guy's back in the studio recording another album. Yeah.
Well, if it's as good as One Eye Jacks, man, I'm in. One of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
Love that record. That's like, man, I'm telling you, record of the year. This has been a great year for music.
It has, and reissues. I mean,
yeah,
all the stuff from 1972 that's coming out.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a part-time job. Buy everything.
Hopefully, we'll get that Who's Next box set whenever that will decide to.
They've been talking about that for so long. I mean, what would that's I don't know. What's holding that up for Townsend to do something there that's really good?
There you go, Dave.
What is going on here?
I just got Big Pink, the 50th, and not too long. Yeah, I saw that
Jericho box set coming out soon. Yeah, that might be interesting.
I don't know how much of it is like reissue. I mean, I think most of it is just remastered stuff, isn't it? It's not really extras. Because I don't think it's been reissued again on vinyl, so I think it might be a second reissue. Hey, Randy.
Randy, there's a link there if you want to come on. Be my guest or our guest.
Welcome to the Cosmic Torpedoes live session.
Richard, if you want to come on too, there's a link there. You're more than welcome.
Behind the music.
I bet the problem is sorting out publishing rights. Oh, no. I wonder why that would be. Would be issues with them doing that. Townsend, would Townsend own? I don't know if is he sold off? Is he another one of those guys who sold off all his stuff?
The Who have it sold off. Genesis just did yesterday or a couple days ago.
Yeah. No, I wonder who splits that with Genesis.
Was it their whole catalog, or was it just like Phil, or was it Peter Gabriel? Like, was it everything?
I thought it was the early stuff with Gabriel.
Was it?
But does he split that with Steve Hackett? And
they would have to, yeah. If their name is on it, if they're still getting royalties for songwriting, then yeah.
Yeah. Randy's working on a project, but I'm listening to you while I work. Oh, isn't that nice? Randy's working on a project. What the hell could that be?
Speaking of, I went to that John Prine pop-up record store.
Oh, the beer thing.
Yeah, I was disappointed because they said the girl that was working. So for everybody watching, I went to a local brewery here that was sponsoring Oh Boy Records, which is John Prine's label. They were having a traveling pop-up record store that's going around the country, and they were in my hometown on Tuesday night, and they were promising cool t-shirts, limited edition vinyl that was just for this store. And I remember early on in the advertising they had mentioned a beer, but the girl that was working there said that they went to a brewery somewhere, had a beer called Fish and Whistle. It was the Fish and Whistle beer. And it was because this brewery had a new beer that they didn't have a name for, and it happened to coincide with when Oh Boy was coming. So it was this particular brewery's beer, so it wasn't one that they could sell. And the girl said she didn't even get a can of it. It went so fast.
Oh, really?
But I've got some things for you whenever you're back. They had a bunch of free stickers, and so this will be yours when
Oh,
you
that's
get here.
cool. Awesome.
And then this was like their logo, the Vinyl Brews Oh Boy Roadshow.
Oh, that's neat.
And then this was on the hype sticker of that record I gave you, but here's a sticker, Stay Independent, of John Prine.
Beautiful.
So those
That's
are
so
yours.
cool. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, whenever you're here. So no beer, but you
Wow.
got some stickers.
Well, when we're heading, you can give them to me when we're heading down to Tulsa.
That's right. My thing is, I have no like vacation days for me are zilch, just about.
Really?
I just get 2 weeks off,
Ah.
and I might
Well,
be
what
going.
else, what else would you rather do with your 2 weeks vacation than spend it with me?
That's true. You're right. I'll take 2 weeks off all at once, and then have like 11 months where I'm just miserable.
Yeah, that's.
I don't get holidays either because I'm in retail.
I suggest you go out and find another job, and then you go to your boss and say, "Hey, I found another job, and I'd like to stay, but I can't do 2 weeks holidays." And then
They would probably fight to keep me. No, I'm not touting myself, but
yeah,
they probably
no, most companies do because it's hard to, it costs a lot of money to recruit new people and train them, and if you're a good employee, man, you're valuable.
Well, they were just telling me the other day that they were thinking about hiring somebody that would be, kind of under my department, and like I would be their boss. So I don't have anybody there now. So
have you ever actually asked for more vacation time?
No, because they wouldn't give it to me because even my supervisor works on vacations. So it'd be a waste of my time. They would probably, if I fought for it, they would probably let me like if I worked a vacation day, I worked a holiday, that they would then give me that day like in lieu of.
Yeah. Is this typical in the US, 2 weeks holidays?
Starting out jobs, yeah, but the difference is because I'm retail, we don't have the holidays. So like let's say, somebody who's a car salesman, for example, or even, that's not even, let's say a bank, because that's better. Most banks here aren't open on Sundays, and only usually about a half day on Saturday. Yeah. But banks are going to take all the federal holidays. So
yeah, that's same here. Yeah, same up here.
They're going to have, President's Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day.
Yeah, they get them all.
Because all of our sales, revolve around those things. The only days that we're closed are Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving, and 2 of those days this year are on weekends. I'm already off, so I don't even get those.
Yeah. Richard, one of my earliest bosses told me never take 2 weeks off at once because you won't want to go back.
Yeah, amen to that.
Or maybe they'll find out they didn't miss you after all, and they won't want you back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Up here, it's almost like 2 weeks is kind of a start, but 3 weeks is getting, I think, more common. And usually it's after 5 years, 3 weeks, and after mine was after 5 years, 3 weeks, after 10 years, 4 weeks. And I did 25 years before I got 5 weeks.
That was my thing. I would get a day for like every 4 weeks that I worked there when I started, and then it caps off at 10 working days, which is 2 weeks. Yeah. And for me, like, it doesn't roll over, so it's not like I can save them up. Like, I have to use them or I'll lose them.
Yeah.
So
that sucks.
But I have to. What I always have to tell myself is I'm weighing my pros and cons because I'm working here at home most of the time. Yeah. I like the people there and they like me.
Yeah.
And,
no, there's something to be said if you like your job.
Good salary, so all that.
You're getting treated okay and everything, man. The grass isn't always greener.
Right. So I weigh the pros and cons.
But I'd be screaming for 3.
Yeah, because because when you think about it, with all the holidays, even if you have 2 weeks off, if you have all the holidays, you're off about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I don't get that. So like for me, like I plan a vacation in the summer. My whole family goes on a vacation, and then we usually do one in the in like the fall or early spring. So sometimes there's like the one year I was there was a stretch from like June to like March where I didn't have anything because I'd already used it. And I'm supposed to I think my family wants to go to Florida in January to go to Disney. and then we always also go over the summertime. So, I'm like, if I use the thing for Disney and then go in the summertime to the other vacation, I won't have anything for like 6 months. I'll have to work straight for 6 months.
When will you go to Disney?
Nah, it'll be in January. They still haven't fully.
I wonder if I'll be there. I might be there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
We're trying to hang in this year for the winter up here, but you don't know. We might.
You could do record shopping.
If I have the money, I would go down.
And I'm supposed to be playing a gig on the 30th next month, a month from today. Wow. Yeah, I'm playing at a little.
Just a solo thing, or
yeah, just a little restaurant about an hour away.
Man, that's the end of October.
Day before Halloween. Yeah.
Oh, geez, I could drive down. We could do a Cosmic Torpedoes gig.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour set. They're giving me $25 credit for food, and then a straight $75, and then they're gonna I can do a tip jar.
Yeah,
so it's pretty good. I get a meal, and $75 even if
that's
it paid
pretty good. That's nothing wrong with that
for 2 hours. Oh yeah,
yeah, that's great.
So I haven't been playing much just because I was sick. I was saving my voice up, and so I've done like a few small live streams here, but I've added some new songs that I wasn't going to do on the last time that I had opportunity for a gig, but then I got COVID, and so I'm adding some new ones in there.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I've been kind of unmotivated to play recently, so I haven't been playing much. Just mostly listening to music and watching Netflix.
Oh yeah.
My life.
Yeah. You've been away from me for too long.
Yeah. My you motivate me, because when there was something coming up and I was driving down, then I was playing like a maniac, so I didn't embarrass myself.
Yeah.
But I'm very lazy about playing when I'm at home. And yeah. So what are you gonna do?
I just changed the strings on the Martin yesterday, and it always makes it makes you want to play it again.
It does. I should do that too. Maybe I should change the strings on my banjo. They haven't been changed for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, that's not true. But I put light gauge springs. I should change them to medium gauge. And okay, now you got me thinking.
Well, Chris Thile always says that if you're in a rut, whether playing or songwriting, to switch instruments and play another instrument for a while, and then you can go back to your main one.
I don't have any more instruments anymore. I sold them all off. I sold my ukulele. I just recently sold my acoustic guitar. And
really?
I just have, that's it. That's all I got is my banjo.
You don't have the bass?
I don't have I haven't had a bass for a long time.
Oh my word! I sold
my bass off like 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just because you weren't playing.
I wasn't playing it, and there was just too much money tied up. And
yeah.
So
that's one thing. I have a couple of instruments here that I don't really touch much. I'm thinking about maybe I've got like that Martin backpacker guitar that I don't ever play.
Yeah.
It's got a really high action on it, so the strings are kind of hard to play, and it's kind of a novelty.
My banjo has always been my main instrument. I mean, that's what I'm kind of known for in my own little world.
Yeah.
And the other instruments are just people want to hear me play the banjo that know me and whatever.
Yeah.
So I used to play in a band with my brother-in-law, my wife's sister's husband. We played for many years. We've been playing together, and we played in a band for a while. But he's coming. His son's getting married this weekend. We're going to the wedding on Saturday, so they're going to be up here for a week. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to do any playing or not, but we didn't get asked to come and play at the wedding or anything. I thought they might ask us to get up and play a tune, but yeah. So I get the feeling they weren't too interested.
I don't think I've been to any weddings with a banjo.
Yeah. I used to play weddings when I lived in Alberta. We used to do quite a few weddings.
Really?
But people, that's more, that kind of music's very rural. That area was very rural and more country.
Yeah. So people wanted that.
People like that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here they want to hear, Dr. Dre or something.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julio passed away.
I know. I saw. They still don't know why.
59. They just found him dead, eh?
Yeah.
Impromptu wedding hootenanny. Yes, that's what I was hoping. But that's not going to happen.
I'm sure you also saw Neil Young has an album coming out too with Crazy Horse.
Neil's putting out too much stuff.
He doesn't give you that time to wait. It's like
No, it's like you don't appreciate it.
yeah,
I have a problem with it. I can't keep buying it.
because you have that, and then you have all the archive stuff that he puts out in
Yeah,
between.
like all the live albums he put out are all focused on the same time period. It's always that acoustic set that he did in 1971 that he Massey Hall, the Cellar Door in Washington, Carnegie Hall. There's a whole bunch of them. There's about 10 of them out now that are all the same set and the same songs, and it's just done the same way. It's like you only need one.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like your video earlier about that 1966 set by Dylan. I mean,
yeah.
Why do I need? What'd you say? 36?
36 shows. Yeah, you don't.
Golly.
Yeah, you don't need it. No, it's overkill. It's more just for collector's item, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was a copyright thing to get it out there for that 50th anniversary.
And I got it when a record store was closing down downtown. There was a chain of record stores that closed down, and everything was just slashed. And I bought it really cheap, or I would never.
Yeah, I've had it in my cart for like 2 years just to watch it drop.
Yeah.
I mean, if it drops to like $50, I'll probably buy it.
Yeah,
I'll buy it. But
yeah. First time I heard the haunted wind chimes was at a wedding reception. They were hired to play. I don't know who they are, but they sound interesting. Neil's new young called World Record with Rick Rubin.
Yeah, it is Rick Rubin.
Yeah, he just released an album called Toast a month ago.
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard that yet.
And Barn came out beginning of this year, didn't it?
I bought Barn, and I liked it. It's fine, but then I don't know. You have to be a huge. I love Neil Young, but man, I can't do that.
Yeah. There aren't many people that I would buy everything for. Dylan is about the exception. Dylan and the Beatles.
Yeah. They're the must-haves when they come out for me too. Well, for me, it's Zappa as well. If anything comes out, I buy it.
Let me show you. So I haven't opened it yet. I don't know when I'll open it, but I got this at the record show.
Oh, Tree of Forgiveness.
And it's got the cool new hype, and apparently
cool.
It's a special gold vinyl just for the
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
it might be worth not opening if you've already got it.
I've got it on CD.
Yeah.
And that's what I listen to. So
keeping that sealed.
It's a gatefold, and so that's why I didn't want to open it because the shrink would come off.
Yeah.
But also, I did get this. I ordered this a long time ago, and you're a big John Denver. You like John Denver, don't you?
I like John Denver. Who doesn't like John Denver?
There's the 50th anniversary of Rocky Mountain High came out.
Oh, interesting.
And which has, of course, Mother Nature's son on it. He does Paradise on that one.
Oh, cool.
It's a cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, you can't really see it.
It's kind of a.
It's like a cobalt blue.
Yeah. Really nice blue color.
Yeah. So I haven't listened to it yet, but I mean, it's got a little like insert lyric sheet in there too with a picture of John and the band.
Do either of you have John Prine's CD, The Singing Mailman, recorded at Chicago Bar before he signed and released his debut?
Yeah.
I do not have that.
The Singing Mailman Delivers. It's like a yellow. It's really good. It's essentially the first disc is essentially like him live playing a lot of the songs from the first album, and then a couple from Diamonds in the Rough because he said he had 30 songs or so, and then the second disc is some demos and things like that. It's really good.
Wow. I know I posted this on Instagram a couple of months ago, but I had a dear friend who lived in Chicago, taught school in Chicago, and she was on to Prine when he was playing the bars before he was famous, and she came up and turned me on to John very early, before just when his first album came out, probably, and that would be cool to hear.
Yeah, you can buy it on his website, and you can buy it on Amazon too. It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's probably 10 years old or so.
Yeah. Richard Calvin Wazoo, he lives in Chicago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a cousin, Randy, who passed away from cancer. I don't know now. God, 15. When he was 40, he passed away, unfortunately. Biggest John Prine fan you could ever imagine in your life. And This is going back to the 70s. He's sitting at home by himself and he's drinking and he's getting all hammered up. And he goes on to he phones directory assistants in Chicago and asks if they had a phone number for John Prine, and they didn't. And then he says, "What about Dave Prine? Do you have a Dave Prine?" They found Dave Prine's phone number and gave it to him, and he phones the number, and it's John's brother, Dave. He's on the phone. Like, "Oh man, I just want the phone to tell you how much I love your brher." And
I'll be like, "Shut up!" Like,
for a couple of minutes.
If somebody called me talking about how much they loved, one of my sisters, I'd be like, "I don't
exactly.
care." Jeez, especially if they're hammered, Yeah.
Yeah, I came from a family of big John Prine fans, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah. Yeah, I still miss him. There's not many artists that I can say, like, once they're gone, you just listen. But I just miss that man being around. Like, he's just,
that's me with Petty.
Special.
Petty pains me. Petty's been gone for 5 years, and it's like it was just earlier in the week. It was the 5th anniversary of his last show, which means like in the next week or so is when he passed away.
That's crazy.
Which is just before his birthday. I mean, he'd be 72 now.
Yeah,
it's just, it kills me.
He died much too young.
Especially to see Mike Campbell doing so great, and how strong they would still be going.
Yeah, yeah.
They were gonna do that big Wildflowers tour.
Which bugs me is I never got to see him either. Like, you always think, oh, there's another show coming up.
Because he was so young and healthy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's too bad. When's the Fillmore box coming out?
It's October or something, isn't it?
I have the CD set. Is it 4 CDs, I think?
4.
Yeah, I have that on order with Amazon.ca, and it was $75.
It's 60 here.
Yeah, so good. So that's a good deal for me then. We got a 30% exchange rate.
Okay, it comes out the 25th, so right around Thanksgiving here in the States. Yeah. The day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Did you order the CD set or the albums?
Yeah, the CD. I can't do album box sets. I can't, in my mind, like, that much money for records, for flipping it over and over and over. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, my problem with it is, especially with something like Revolver, is once I've listened to the outtakes and the alternate takes, I only listen to them a couple of times, and then I just go back to the actual basic album. So
yeah, just to the
record. Like, if there's one outtake that you don't like on a side, and you got to sit and listen to them talk for 5 minutes or something, like that's a track. Like, it drives me nuts. And on a CD, you can just kind of at least pull the remote up and just skip through it.
Yeah, right.
So I more tend to gravitate towards the CDs, but for some reason with the Beatles, I like the vinyl. So, but I mean, I have the White Album as a CD set. Sgt. Pepper's a CD set. Let It Be's a vinyl set. I didn't get the CD set, so I don't know. But I think Revolver's going to be a CD set.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, me neither. Got a month to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be like.
So that Petty's coming out the same time?
November 25th. When's Revolver?
October 25th. Oh, no, Petty's November 25th?
Mm-hmm. I just checked on Amazon. Yeah, day after Thanksgiving here. That last Friday of the month.
Yeah, Richard says the only box set filled with outtakes and original demos that I listen to frequently is the Hot Rod Session box. I have that too. It is an amazing set. That's incredible. It's just, boy, if you want to see how a genius put a whole album together, like they dissect that whole thing. Like, one side of the CDs is just like the piano parts, and then the guitar parts, and then eventually they all form together. It's just amazing to see, to listen to that. It's great set. I would never part with that Hot Rat Session set.
Yeah, I don't own a note of Zappa. I can't do. I've tried.
It's great.
I've tried.
Yeah, you just gotta do the right Zappa. That's all.
My friend Tommy, I mean, he loves Zappa. He loves Frank Zappa, and he played some when I was down at his house over the summer, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't. The only Zappa I'll ever have is if it's gifted to me, but
Yeah.
I can't promise how much I'll listen to it if it was gifted to me.
I think the man's amazing. I'm
Oh, I don't.
Richard is an authority on Zappa. He's got such a collection. It's great. And he does so if anybody who's out there and doesn't watch Calvin Wazoo's channel, if you're a Frank Zappa fan, watch it. It's he's doing a series where he takes every album and talks about it and what was happening when it was being recorded, and it's so much. I learned so much. Yeah, that's what was I going to say about Zappa? I can't remember. I had something else, but
I don't know if you heard, he passed away recently.
I heard he wasn't feeling well.
He wasn't feeling well. Yeah.
No. Yeah, smoking. Yeah.
Smoke on the water.
Get your PSA tests. It was prostate cancer. No one should have to die from prostate cancer.
No. I know I told you, I haven't looked into when the show is, but I really want to go see AJ Croce when he comes to my neck of the woods.
That would be interesting. I have an AJ Croce album.
Well, this is Croce sings. This is Croce sings Croce. This tour.
Oh, he's singing his dad's stuff.
Yeah,
he doesn't sound anything like his dad or play anything like his dad did.
He doesn't. But I mean, he's done this tour before. And
really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a barroom piano guy with this gruff kind of voice. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they did a cool story on him on CBS here a month or so ago.
Really? On AJ?
Yeah, they were talking. It was talking about. I think the specific feature was about like musicians' kids, but it focused on AJ and him talking about being blind for the most part.
I didn't know he was blind.
He can still see, and it's slowly coming back. It was like a degenerative thing.
Oh wow!
But it's slowly coming back.
I got an album by his called I think That's Me in the Bar or something like that. The CD. It's actually pretty good.
I'm gonna turn
Richard's joined us.
I'm gonna turn on another light.
Mr. McCook.
Hey, Richard.
Hey guys, did you see Adam What's the Gym privately pressed a vinyl album with some of our choices on it? I know, isn't that pretty weird? Did you see that, Sam?
Did he put up a video?
That Adam What's the Gym has pressed a vinyl album?
Yeah, he texted me and was like, what song would you want?
Yeah, I forget what I thought I chose a song.
I think Rich did God Only Knows.
Yeah,
by the Beach Boys. I did Me and Magdalena.
Oh, cool. I can't remember what I did. Wow. Hey, Richard Calvin Wazoo, if you're out there, do you have any George Duke solo albums? I watched a video last night. George Allen's CDs and Records did an entry for Robert's on My Turntable, and where you're supposed to choose a obscure artist to talk about, and he decided to talk about George Duke. And I love George Duke's work with Zappa. He's just a great keyboard player and singer, and I'm trying to find some George Duke stuff to buy. Oh, Richard's got it. I think you were Waterloo Sunset. That is correct. I chose Waterloo Sunset by the Kinks.
Dirty old river, must you keep rolling?
I picked Frank Sinatra for Adam's album. Well, thanks for doing that, Randall. I appreciate that. That'll ruin the record.
Oh, come on now. I love me some Frank.
Oh, come on. That crooner stuff, man.
I know that was what your folks listen to.
Oh, I'm still rebelling.
Yeah.
I could name them all off. John Davidson. I think it was a guy named, John Davidson. John Gary. Al Martino. Andy Williams. Oh, man, there was just every crooner. Oh, all of them.
Tony.
Oh, man, I had to listen to that in my house. It was just,
Dean Martin.
Oh, brutal.
I love it all.
Now, there we go. Richard McCook. I chose Starman. Great choice. Bowie. Richard, have you seen Moon Age Daydream yet? Yeah,
Richard, I'm thinking about seeing it tonight. If I go, it'll probably be the late show. They're playing it tomorrow, too, but with this particular theater, you have to park a good ways away, and don't want to get soaking wet.
I'm surprised that Richard, the other Richard, you don't have any George Duke solo albums. That shocks me. Those guys don't belong in the same sentence as Frank, except for Dean. I don't know. I just can't do it, man.
To me, the big three are Frank, Dean, and Bing.
Richard hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah. Richard, you're up late, my friend.
Yeah, he is.
It's his Friday night ABBA fix.
Having a Guinness and listening to some Bowie.
I'd love to go have a Guinness with Richard McCook.
Me too. That's like my bucket list.
And Rob Walker, I follow him on Instagram. He lives in the prettiest area.
Okay, we got two Richards going here. So Calvin Wazoo says they are quite uncommon. I've only seen one in the wild. Yeah, I was looking on Amazon and that, and they are quite uncommon. There's a few comps in that for George Duke. I've ordered a comp, so we'll see what it's like. It's only 10:10. That's 10 minutes past my bedtime, Richard. 10:10.
Also, I'm getting started. That's when I'm starting to think about what cereal I'm going to eat.
My dad was funny when we were kids. He 11 o'clock. That was bedtime every night. It didn't matter what was going on. It could have been the game 7 of the World Championships of whatever overtime. He didn't care. 11 o'clock, going to bed.
That's
and we teased him his whole life. I can't even make it till 11 o'clock. Like at 10 o'clock, I'm just gone.
Yeah, I've seen you at 10 o'clock here.
Yeah.
It's usually we get in the car heading back to, take you back to the hotel, and you get quiet and you're just kind of, your eyes are glazing over. I'm like, I need clear, like take him to a doctor. Next time I'll just pull my couch out for you.
I had my physical last week, and you know what my blood pressure was? Like 120 over 80 is normal blood pressure, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm 108 over 64.
Oh my word.
Like I don't have any blood pressure.
Put a thing of glass under your nose. Some silver dollars on your eyes.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have high blood pressure. I can't get my blood pressure up. Yeah. There isn't much stress going on in the life of these days. I do have an El Shankar record produced by Zappa, and Shankar played with Zappa on a couple of Halloween shows at the Palladium. Very cool. We like that.
I've got Waterloo Sunset in my head now.
Oh, that's one of my top 5 songs of all time, probably.
Did you ever listen to the Colin Hay version?
No.
He put out a covers album during COVID, and he does that one on there. And he also does a few Beatles songs, and it's fantastic. But his Waterloo Sunset's beautiful.
So Waterloo Sunset, there was Steve Hoffman did this thing on his forum one night talking about the song Waterloo Sunset and how you can, if you listen to it and your stereo is set up properly, just 2-channel to stereo, and you sit center, at certain parts of the song, the music surrounds you. And that's it does. And you know what it is? It's the way they recorded the song. They put all the microphones in phase. So they had one microphone in front of Ray Davis's face, and then the next one 6 feet back, and then one more 12 feet back.
Oh, cool.
And when they do when you hear him go Waterloo Sunset, and then they'll go Waterloo Sunset's fine, all that, it sounds like the whole chorus is surrounding your head.
Wow.
You should try and listen to it and see if it'll work for you.
Wow.
It's amazing to hear it. Like it's just magic. You're going, wow.
Very
it's like
cool.
You got surround sound and you got 2 speakers. Sam's going to be proud.
I already was.
Just for Tom Petty's Highway Companion on double vinyl.
That's such a great album. I just had a newer subscriber. Just going back and watching a lot of my videos. So I'm getting comments on some older videos, and they just watched my Petty ranking, and was saying how happy they were that Highway Companion made it so high on my ranking. It's a great album.
Where did you rank it?
I think it made the top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the big hit off of Highway Companion?
Well, I mean, that was his last solo album with Jeff Lynne in 2006. So there was only one song that made the radio. It was Saving Grace. It was kind of the rocker. And Flirting with Time. Both of those were kind of on.
I
You
don't
know,
think I have. I don't think I have that.
it's a great mix of Wildflowers and Full Moon Fever
Really, eh?
because
Interesting. I should grab that.
it's got the Jeff Lynne production, but it's more acoustic. It's not
Oh,
as it's not as wall of sound as,
oh, well, I might like that.
and of course, I mean Mike Campbell's of course all over it too.
Have you heard Bowie do Waterloo Sunset was recorded during the reality sessions? No, I don't. Is that on one of the box sets? Well, that's
Waterloo.
cool. Adam put Square One on his vinyl album.
Yeah, I know that's one of his
Nice.
favorite. That's one of his favorite Petty songs. And Square One's from
Mhm.
Highway Companion.
Okay. I love that song.
That's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Um, I'm like apparently Def Leppard has a version too of Waterloo Sunset.
Really.
Ugh.
It's such a great song.
Um, no Cosmic Torpedoes version yet.
No. That'd be an interesting one to do.
Let's see.
Actually, there's a couple of Kink songs we could do.
I'm sure.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Do you have the Lola and the Power Man album?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got the 2 discs.
That first song when they start off doing that acoustic.
Oh yeah, the country song.
That blows me away. That's sweet.
Yeah, Ray Davies. He's not talked about enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody talks about Pete Townsend and everybody, but
Yeah.
for those British Invasion guys, he's right up there.
Yeah. And unique.
Oh yeah.
Randy wants us to do Celluloid Heroes. Yeah, I was just listening to that off of the Everybody's in Showbiz album. That's actually a pretty good album. I had not heard that album ever before.
I've never heard either, and
I like it. Like when I listened to them back to back, I listened to Muswell Hillbillies first, which I was somewhat familiar with. I'd heard it a few times. I think I might have had the CD at one time or something, but I think Everybody's in Showbiz I might even like more than the other one. I was expecting to be disappointed. Richard, Waterloo says one or two of the various CD issues of Reality. Okay, because I've got the box set, the Brilliant Adventures box set, so I'm going to look for that. I think it's probably in there. The Kinks were the first band I saw live, April 1981. Wow. That's the first. You didn't see a band till 1981. Wow.
well, Richard's only 40.
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking.
He was
I'm
a wee.
thinking me.
That was
Yeah.
before he was even born. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I
Did
saw
you-
the Kinks only once. I saw them in 1987 at Massey Hall.
Did you see Jeff Witcher's video about he put up a video for CGC Vinyl Guy?
Yeah, I didn't see his. No.
His the contest is to show like 6 albums from when you turn 6. And
Oh,
so
I saw that. Yeah.
Jeff, he said 6 albums from 1986, which would put him at just 42.
Oh.
And I think Josh wrote. He said, "Jeff, I had no idea you were so much younger than I was."
I said if I have to do that, I'll have to use 78s.
78. Yeah, this Al Jolson record.
Yeah, I'll be showing Al Jolson.
Some of the Bristol sessions from Tennessee.
The next box set, Richard. Do you know when that next box set's coming out and what it is? I'd be interested in hearing that.
Richard has the ins and the outs with the Davies brothers.
Richard, if you'd like to come on with us, you're more than welcome. I'm throwing this invite up again.
Unless he is a few Guinnesses in, he might not want to. This is a great time to be alive for music. I mean, even like the old stuff. I mean, people always talk about, like, oh, you missed out on the good music. Well, no, I didn't, because I'm getting all this extra stuff that unfortunately a lot of those people, they're not around to hear it anymore.
Yeah.
These 50-plus-year-old albums. And I think tomorrow is the 60th anniversary of the very first Beach Boys album, which is insane.
Really?
Surfer Girl. Yeah.
60 years. Wow. That's crazy.
It's crazy that Beach Boys, Beatles, Rolling Stones have been around 60 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So Richard says the next Bowie will be Heathen Reality, The Next Day, and Black Star. That'll be interesting. I really like The Next Day in Black Star. Have you ever heard Black Star, Bowie's album, the one
No,
he put out the day he died, kind of?
I just knew the song Lazarus or whatever it
Yeah,
was called.
it's a beautiful album. Really is nice. But Richard says his hair is a mess. Music Talk with John.
Hey, John.
Hello, Glenn. Hello, John. First concert I saw was Ted Nugent and Rory Gallagher and Leslie West. I think it was 75. That's quite a trio. I hate Ted Nugent with a passion, but I love Rory Gallagher and Leslie West.
I'm gonna plug myself real quick. Subscribe to me because I want to get to 550 subscribers. I'm stuck at 530.
There we go. Sam St. John. Please go to Sam's channel.
I am stuck, and I'll get up to like 532, and then it drops back down 529.
We'll get you going here. Hold on a second.
Dirty old river, must you keep rolling?
Okay. Now, how do I close this off? There we go. Why didn't it go? Why isn't the banner going across?
Oh,
there we
cool.
go.
Look at you.
Look at me now.
We were talking about Springsteen. It's in your title. Today is the 40th anniversary of Nebraska.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, these albums are getting old, man. I'm getting old.
Yeah, you think of Nebraska as, mid-career Bruce.
Oh, man. That's unbelievable.
1982.
I was in my 20s then.
You're right.
That's crazy. So Brian C says his first concert was Ted Nugent, Rory Gallagher, and Leslie West. I've never seen Ted Nugent. I can't stand the guy, but Rory Gallagher I saw twice. I saw him with Taste in 1969, open for Blind Faith. And then I saw him in the early 70s in a club in Toronto called the Colonial Tavern in an afternoon show. Rory Gallagher. And Leslie West, I saw Mountain at the Festival Express. And then Leslie West, so I grew up in this place called Scarborough, Ontario, which is just a suburb east end of Toronto. And there was a couple of bars there that used to have bands. And this bar called the Penthouse. And we found out Leslie West was doing a New Year's Eve show. This is around 1974, 75. Leslie West in a pub in Scarborough, Ontario was like, this is like Bob Dylan playing in your basement.
At the Gaslight.
So my buddy and I were huge fans. We get tickets New Year's Eve at the Penthouse to go see Leslie West. He comes on shortly before midnight, and he plays for about 20 minutes. Then he got angry about something and went, F this. And he went off the stage. And then, so now it's like a break between sets or something. I went up and asked one of the guys in his crew who was standing at the bar. I said, is Leslie West going to play theme for an imaginary Western? I'm dying to hear that song. And he goes, he's gone.
Wow. What ticked him off? Did somebody just like talk?
I don't know. But supposedly he was heavy into heroin and stuff back then. He had a bad drug problem. So it could have been something. But
my first concert was Gordon Lightfoot in 2009 here in town.
Look at this, Sam. Jason said he'd subscribe twice if he could.
Well, make another account, Jason. Come on.
Music Talk with John. John, I just subbed Sam.
Hey, thanks, John.
Killer Slide playing, yes. Richard, I never saw Bowie live, and a big regret.
It was kind of cool. I was never big into Bowie. I'm still not. One day I'm hoping it'll happen, but I was in London when Bowie died, and it was really cool because they were promoting Black Star. Black Star was on and then even like we went to Berlin and there were Black Star billboards in German.
Oh man!
But when he died, I got one of like the daily presses that they hand out, at the tube that are for free, and I got one that I saved that had Bowie on it. Because apparently, like his house in London, just a few blocks from where we were staying, had a vigil, and if I would have known, I would have gone over there.
Yeah, I was a fan of David Bowie's and became a fanatic after I heard the Low album, which I think is incredible. So that's that. Now I'm just like all over Bowie.
I
I'm too late to be as into him as I am now. I always appreciated him and had certain albums, but now I'm like just
I
all over everything.
I won Larry's Canadian Stud Muffins contest, and I just got my winnings. He sent me a digital Amazon card a couple days ago, and I finally.
What wasn't that contest over 3 months ago?
Yeah, yeah. He wanted me to sweat it out. No, no. There were reasons, and it's perfectly fine. But I finally ordered the Gene Clark No Other album.
Oh, fantastic! You got to let me know what you think of it.
The
It's
two
the
disc.
greatest album. Oh, you bought the 2-disc one. Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm jealous because I want to hear that second disc.
It's like $21 right now on Amazon.
Oh, I hear the second disc is supposed to be just great. All stripped down versions of those songs. What an incredible album that is.
So,
oh, you're gonna love it.
That was kind of per Larry's suggestion. He sent me a message. He said, maybe now you can finally buy that Gene Clark. And so I did, because it's been in my cart.
Good. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Randall Nelson. My first concert was the Michael Stanley Band, the Pride of Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, the lead singer for Kiss.
Yeah. That's his brother.
It was his brother, yeah. It was their reggae phase.
I like the version of Theme from Imaginary Western by Coliseum. I've never heard that version. Do you know that song? Written by Jack Bruce.
Mm-mm.
And it's a beautiful song. You should check it out. Really nice. The Mountain did an incredible version of it. Great lead guitar. Leslie's guitar version on that is incredible. One of my favorite guitar solos of all time. And Coliseum was a great band. I've never Clem Clemson was the guitar player in that band.
I only know Mississippi Queen. I don't know much about Mountain.
Yeah. Listen to the Theme from Imaginary Western, man. Beautiful song.
And it flows into scenes from an Italian restaurant.
Randall, I was just listening to Jack Bruce album. It's a really good album. It's not like you would think. You listen to Jack Bruce, Cream, and that. It's very melodic and a lot of piano and stuff like that. Totally different.
How cool would it have been to see Jack Bruce when he was in the All-Star Band with Ringo?
Was he in the first All-Star Band?
No, he was
the second one.
No, he was in one. I think it touched in the 2000s because Rod Argent I think was with them too.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you saw Cream.
I did see Cream. Yeah. Massey Hall. Brian, I seen Bowie at Station to Station tour in Chicago. Awesome! Wow, jealous. That must have been amazing. Such a great live performer. This is that Jack Bruce album. Richard Glenn, if you like Low, there's a CD comp called All Saints, which features all his instrumentals from Low. Richard, I have that CD. I can almost reach it. Hold on a second. No, I can't.
You're making them stretch.
It's just that I can't stretch. If my arm was a foot longer, I'd get it. But I found that CD used when I was in the States, and I went, holy smokes, it's a pretty cool CD. I like it because I love all those instrumentals.
Who was the most in all the shows that you've seen? What was the most electric show? Not the best, like the most, like who commanded the stage the most?
Oh, two people: Mick Jagger in his prime and Springsteen.
Yeah,
two. And Janis Joplin was electric too. Like she just put off this vibe. It was unbelievable. Yeah. But Springsteen can command an audience like no one I've ever seen before. And Jagger in his prime was like that too. They were.
What was that? The River Tour?
The first time I saw him was the River Tour.
Yeah, I thought so.
Every show I saw, I mean, just incredible. Yeah. I saw him about a dozen times, I guess. I'm never disappointed.
Yeah.
He just commands an audience, man. Not too many people can do that.
No.
That's why I always like when you go see a solo performer with an acoustic guitar stand up there and they can get an audience that engrossed in what they're doing. That's talent, man.
Well, that's when I saw the Milk Carton Kids earlier this year. That it's just the two guys, in suits and acoustic guitars, and they tell hilarious jokes, but then they play all the serious, quiet music, and just that's all it is.
For me, Ray Davis was the best at commanding an audience. Richard, I'd be interested in knowing if this happened to you. When I saw the Kinks, Ray left the stage, I would say, every 2 songs to change his shirt. And I got the feeling he didn't like us being in a sweaty shirt or something. Maybe something was going on with his skin at the time, but it took the flow. Like the music was all incredible, but when someone walks off the stage for a minute at a time and then comes back, it's disruptive, and it kind of the flow of the whole performance was off, and I'll never forget that. So I don't know if he was doing that when you saw him.
I'll tell you who commanded an audience, and people might laugh, but I don't care because I saw him twice. It was Bryan Adams on his Unplugged tour, his Bare Bones tour.
Oh, really?
That guy, I mean, he opened both times I saw him. It was 2 years apart. He opened both times with the song "Run to You," the big hit from Reckless. But it was just him on the acoustic guitar, and his voice just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Yeah. And then like every now and then, like he had a piano player that would come out and play piano with his. But I mean, it was just Bryan Adams, and it was killer, killer. There's a live album from that tour called Bare Bones. It's fantastic.
Let's send out a Canadian flag there.
Indeed. Yep.
Yeah.
He seems like a great guy, and he's got a crazy accent because he was raised in London.
Yeah.
And he's got like the Canadian, so he's got, and obviously all the time in America, so he's got like this like hybrid accent.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah. Fun fact: both Ray Davies and David Bowie used to study at Croydon College, where I once worked. Very cool. Wow. I'm just reading. I've read 2 books on David Bowie, and I'm now reading a third, but it's upstairs, so I can't tell you which one it is. But the one I'm reading now is really good. It's more. The first one I read was horrible. All they wanted to do is talk about his sex life.
Yeah.
It's the worst book I've ever read in my life. It was trash.
Yeah.
And then the second one I read was really good. It talked a lot about his private life and growing up and stuff like that. But the third one I'm reading now, it's really focused on the music and the bands and stuff like that, and the recording sessions. It's really good.
Let me tell you, I know I told you earlier, but you have to go get that Punch Brothers Hell on Church Street album.
It's in my cart.
I've listened to it. It's so good. Yeah. It's really good.
Those guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Love them. I'm a big fan of the Punch Brothers.
Yeah. It's the only Punch Brothers album I own, but I think I'm going to go see them with my sister in November.
You gotta.
Yeah. She got free tickets, I think.
Wow. Don't miss it.
Yeah.
They're great. They're playing in Toronto too, or they did. I think they played earlier this year. They played in Toronto, but I was in the States when they played.
We should also say today, happy birthday to Marty Stewart.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And my son-in-law, Daryl, it's his birthday too.
He shares it with Marty Stewart.
Look at that. Yeah. And he probably doesn't know who Marty Stewart is.
He can't play Orange Blossom Special on a mandolin?
My son-in-law plays bass and guitar, but mostly he's playing kind of in a band where they're just kind of getting things together and stuff. And he's it's a part-time thing, and he's playing bass in it. So.
And this is the ref, right?
This is the WWE ref, yes. Yeah. So. No, he didn't change his shirt much. I was right up against the stage and needed a face cloth, as on many occasions I was hit by Ray's saliva as he was singing, jumping up and down. That's is that good or bad, getting hit with a rock star's saliva when you're at a
Richard,
show?
Did he do like Elvis and he took the scarves off and pulled you in for the kiss on the front row? Like Elvis did.
Could you not have gone to the police and made up the story that you were sexually assaulted by Ray Davies and you had all this DNA all over you? You probably could have got some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. He drooled all over me while he was having his way with me.
Yeah. That would have been cool to see. It's crazy because Ray and Dave will go through periods where you think they're good and then they disappear for a while. And
why don't they do a tour, like one last time? Get together and do something, man. People would love that.
Although Dave, I mean, he had that stroke. I don't know how his playing is.
Oh, that's true too. His book out yet? Because I see it's not. It says it's not released in Canada until like January or something.
It will be out. Was it Living on a Thin Line?
Yeah.
Pre-order January 17th.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn, the Dave Alvin album to get is Ash Grove. Thanks, Randy. I'm going to do that. I'm going to look for that one.
Dirty old river.
Well, you can't get Waterloo Sunset out of your
No,
head.
I don't. Do I know Dave Alvin?
Dave Alvin is in the Blasters. Is that what
Oh,
I'm telling you?
oh, oh.
Yeah. That's the album that Randy gave me to listen to, the Blasters. Dave Alvin's really good. Boy, you'd love that. Check it if you like good rock and roll, man. Check out that Blasters album. Wow, I was blown away.
I
Really
was
good.
glad to see Brian gave a good review to the Knobs.
He kind of gave a good review. He
He
kind of
gave it
gave
like
a
a C plus.
backhanded good review. I don't think he liked it that much.
Yeah,
I think he was being polite.
I think you need the second. I wrote it in the comments because I finished that video. Well, almost finished it, but that second one, the writing really did increase.
Really?
Yeah, that song that Mike Campbell duets with Margot Price of
Yeah.
State of Mind. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I still haven't got that album yet.
You just need to order that. It's
I
good.
know. I love the first one. I didn't have a problem with one song on it, and
But
I mean, a lot of it was just your typical 12-bar blues riffs and stuff, but it was all really good, and his vocals were good, and the it's a great listen.
well, the guitarist Jason Sine isn't in the band anymore.
The Dirty Knobs is the worst name for a band ever. LOL.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's an interesting name. Imagine sitting around with your buddies going, "What should we name the band?"
Well, that's exactly what it was. They were just
Yeah. Well,
between
it's better than
tours,
Oingo Boingo and Chumbawamba.
or
Anyway.
the Glenn's favorite band is the
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I kind of like the Dirty Knobs name. I thought it was good, but it's kind of tasteless.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to do a calzone tonight or not.
Oh,
It's a rainy
Shane
night.
lives near this Italian place that makes the best calzones on the planet. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing nachos tonight.
Okay. Are y'all ordering them or
No, we're making them here, and we're smothering them with veggie chili. Homemade that Lynn made. Did Tom Waits carry on
carry
your
on the
Kerouac vibe, poetry and music? I don't know if I have a Jack Kerouac vibe, but I love Tom Waits.
Well, I mean, the Tom Waits is like John said, he is a character, like an actual character, like not like oh, he's a character.
Yeah,
he's an actual character of the bum, the saloon.
Yeah,
singer.
the Bowery bum.
Yeah. Which is we were talking about Dean Martin earlier. Dean Martin was kind of a character as well.
That's right too. Yeah, no, I'm sure Dean Martin didn't drink as much as.
Some people said like they never saw Dean Martin overindulge ever.
Yeah.
But obviously, guys like Don Rickles and Sinatra gave him a hard time.
Yeah. Knob has the same. Pretty much, it means the same thing here.
Yeah,
Richard, it's on your door handle,
of
course.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What are you trying to insinuate here?
This is a family live stream, Richard.
Dirty old man. Get out
Dirty
of here.
old Rip.
You're gonna get me kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Talk like that.
I had a really good time with Richard doing that Birds Out video because for one thing, he cleaned out some of my wallet because I had to go out and buy a bunch of Birds albums that I didn't have.
I actually there's a CD set called the album collection or whatever it is, the Birds.
Yeah.
I asked my wife to order it for me for Christmas.
Speaking of, did you see
Randy's on his way to his dad's? Say you hi to your dad for us.
I want that new Birds book so bad.
Okay, I get you. LOL. Is it as expensive as I think it is, that Birds book?
It's variations. I know. I mean, I don't watch Mazzy's videos really, but I saw that he bought the Super Deluxe, which is like $450 because it has the signatures in it of the three.
Oh, they actually signed it.
So he had the one. It was in the box in the open it, and then it had the three survivors' names in it, who all are co-writers. They're credited as co-writers, and then there's also like just the standard book, which is like $100.
Yeah,
and
that's then there's right in Mazzy's wheelhouse. He loves that stuff.
There's like a mega deluxe version too that has something else in it.
Yeah,
lyric sheets or something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't.
I wish I had the money that I could splurge on those kind of things. It'd be nice to have that stuff, but I can't. No way I can justify it.
I can't justify it.
No.
I would feel weird like having it
Yeah.
delivered because for me, like a big expense will be like, when I decide to buy an instrument, I think about that so long before I
Yeah.
actually do it.
Oh, I know. It's hard. Well, especially, yeah, me retired too. I'm the same. Like it's the money just goes out the door and doesn't come back. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Thank you, Richard.
you gotta be careful. That's why I find myself selling stuff to buy other stuff. Like I go, okay, what have
Well,
I got here that I don't like anymore?
exactly. If
I
you've
go
got
through my
stuff,
records going, I never listened to that. I bought that and I don't like it. And
well, that's what
trade
people
them in.
say that, people that like are experts in like how to declutter. They say, if there are clothes that you have that you haven't worn for a year, get rid
Yeah.
of them. But the same with CDs or albums. Like if you don't listen to something, just get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm too young to have seen the Birds, but I see Gene Clark. That would have been very cool.
I
Wow.
saw Hillman and McGuinn with Marty Stewart.
Yeah, I saw McGuinn like back in the late '70s. Well, I saw him with Dylan in the Rolling Thunder shows, and then I saw him by himself with a band back probably late '70s. Yeah, yeah. Roger McGuinn's great. Is he still touring and playing?
Mhm. He's supposed to have a new album coming out soon.
That'd be interesting.
Where there's something that was really cool about it. I cannot remember what it was. But he tours solo because like his whole dream, his whole life was to be a folk singer, like a Pete Seeger,
Well, he was.
and to do storytelling.
Yeah,
I want to say he's coming close to me.
yeah. He
Um,
was. I mean, that's where he started out in folk music, right? Playing with. He was in a. What band was he in? Like the New Christy Minstrels or some freaking thing, huh?
yeah, something like that. Um, gosh, yeah, his first rock album since 2004.
Really? He's coming out with a rock album?
Oh no, that's an old article.
Oh,
That's
wow.
from an album he put out a while ago.
I wonder how his voice is these days.
Oh, it's great. I mean, again, I saw him in 2019, and
Oh,
it sounds.
really? He still sounds like Roger McGuinn.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah?
Pretty much, from what I could tell, pretty much the same keys and everything.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw him on the Sweetheart tour with
Yeah.
Marty and Chris
Which would have
Hillman.
been awesome.
Yeah, it was killer.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool. It's good that these guys are still going.
Because he's got that mellow voice where he never really had. There was that time toward the end of the Birds where he was kind of straining. I
Yeah.
think he was drinking a lot and stuff, and
Yeah.
then like he hadn't cleaned himself up, and I mean now he sounds like early '60s Roger McGuinn.
Yeah. Well, he was great when I saw him with Rolling Thunder and by himself. I mean, they did Chestnut Mare and
Yeah.
uh,
Oh wait, I got to see him do.
8 Miles High. They did 8 Miles High.
He did Easy Rider. It was killer.
Yeah. Great song.
I think he did it on the acoustic. Because have you seen he has a obviously he has a Rickenbacker exclusive, but he also has an acoustic guitar where I think that it's a 7-string guitar. The G string is doubled like a 12-string, so that you could solo on that. And it gives it like a jingle
Oh.
on it.
It's like a drone string at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like it's really cool looking. It sounds great.
Wow.
It sounds like a 12-string without the hassle.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was cool to see Hillman play bass for a bit before he switched over to acoustic
Yeah.
guitar. And then of course me and Marty Stewart and the guys just lock it in.
I have a Hillman McGuinn album on vinyl that was from the '80s. It's Hillman.
Mhm.
Is there a third guy in there? I can't remember.
They had a Clark, Hillman, and McGuinn.
Clark, Hillman, and McGuinn. It's a
Yeah.
horrible record.
The first one was
Horrible. It's unlistenable.
the first one was okay. Then they did the second one, which wasn't as good.
Oh, it's awful. I'm so just like, how could those three guys make a bad record? I can't even. It's just so disappointing. Oh, the production's bad. The songs are
Well,
weak.
speaking of, I mean, you just got the Will the Circle. Have you kind of like found a new love for that album?
I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh my word! Speaking of John Denver and Hillman,
Yeah,
and
I
McGuinn,
haven't had a chance to listen to my volume 2 of Will the Circle Be Unbroken. It's I'll get it. Oh, I'm
we have
busy
a loafer.
advertising my CDs on the new shelves. Well, why don't you come on, put the camera on yourself and we can watch you put your stuff away. That's kind of cool.
Come on, yeah, Rich.
Come on, Rich.
He must be hiding his supper from us. Usually this time
I
he's
had that and
cooking.
sold it. Yeah, don't blame you. Northern
Hey, Rod.
Reflections. Hey, buddy.
I said Rod. Hi, Rob.
Yeah.
The fellow,
Would you call him Rock?
I said Rod, but it's Rob. The fellow Canuck.
Yeah. Fellow Canuck. Wow.
Is
Yeah.
that is that a word? Is that a word that you all use to describe yourselves, or is that not something that y'all say much?
No. That's Canuck is a popular phrase.
Is it okay?
Yeah. And there's a hockey team, the Vancouver Canucks.
Okay, I didn't want to. I was making sure it wasn't a slur or anything.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No, that's good. Come on, Rich. Yeah.
People want to see that beautiful Philadelphia face of yours, Rich.
Yes.
He's got his hair up in curlers. He probably can't.
He probably.
He's
Yeah.
finally listening to. Maybe he's listening to Good Times for the second time.
And he's got maybe for the second time. Yeah.
Yeah, I've like I said, I've got that series going on right now on my channel for 100 greatest albums, and that album may or may not make an
100
appearance.
favorite albums.
My 100 favorite, not the 100 greatest
Don't
albums.
say greatest.
Yeah. I say that at the beginning of my first video. I said these aren't the greatest albums of all time.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. You gotta qualify it, right? People are gonna go, the Mandolin Orange is the greatest, one of the 100 greatest.
They'll put you to the firing squad in the comments.
Kind of an
idiot. Yeah. Jack Johnson. Yeah. The Jazz? No, not the Jazz.
I liked Jack Johnson when I first heard him, and then got bored with him really fast. Like nothing ever changed. It was really everything sounds the same.
It's all the same. That's the only album I have, and probably the only one I'll ever.
Yeah. There was one cool dude who came out of that same group of people though, was G Love. Did you ever listen to G Love?
So my former boss where I work, she still works there, but she was when I was in the other department. She saw G Love not too long ago. He comes around here probably yearly, and she loved it. But I've never listened to him.
He did I would call it acoustic-y, kind of a rootsy, bluegrassy type.
Isn't he kind of like a one-man band kind of deal?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all over the place though. He could rap, and he could play a folk song, and he could do everything.
There's a group that's really getting on the rise called Gangster Grass. They're like a hip hop bluegrass group.
No.
They opened for Old Crow when Old Crow was down here last in this area.
Gangsta with the A at the end, or a gangster?
I think it's with Gangster.
Oh, Gangster Grass. I got to hear this. That sounds
it is Gangsta Grass, but yeah, they have banjos and
that sounds really edgy.
Yeah.
I gotta
apparently they did the theme song to the FX show Justified. If anybody watches Justified.
I've never seen it.
I haven't either. But yeah, they Old Crow is really promoting them a lot.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. To have more diversity in bluegrass.
That is, yeah. Yeah. I mean, those instruments should be taken out of that context.
But yeah, I mean, you're always saying that about Bela Fleck. I mean, he's not a bluegrass guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, speaking of tribute albums, you've got the Sam Bush album coming up too.
I've got that on pre-order right after you told me about it. Sam Bush covering John Hartford.
Two of your favorite guys.
Oh man, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I just ordered the CD though. I didn't go for the vinyl because it's going to cost me too much money to get it up here.
Yeah. When does that come out?
November sometime.
November. You're going to be listening to a lot of music before Christmas. You won't even need
Sam Bush's first, when he was the first incarnation of the Newgrass Revival back in the early 70s.
Yeah.
They did a lot of John Hartford songs. So
speaking of like the Newgrass Revival, one of the songs that I'm slowly incorporating into my guitar practicing is Summer Wages.
Oh yeah. The Ian Tyson song.
The Ian Tyson song, which obviously the first time I heard it was with J.D. Crowe and Tony Rice.
Yeah.
Which, oh my word, talking about a beautiful song.
Look up David Bromberg's version.
I listened to it yesterday.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I listened to his. I listened to Steve Earle has a live version.
Yeah, Bromberg's was the first I ever heard the song.
It's one of those like near perfect songs. And
it is gorgeous. Ian Tyson is such a great writer.
I think Steve Earle said that he first heard it through Townes Van Zandt.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Have you seen the show The Boys? A lot of cool 80s tunes, a lot of Billy Joel. No.
I
How do
haven't.
you know? What channel is that on? Agreed. Shipping across the border is crazy. Costs more than most records. I know. And even in Canada, like I wanted to order, I know Rob will know this. Sky Wallace, who's a Canadian female singer, she's putting out an album, and I went to order it from the website that's got it on. The album's $29.99. Shipping is $20.99 or $20. Like I'm not making a $30 album to a $50 album.
Yeah.
I'll wait until I see her play in one of the clubs and locally and go see her and buy the album off her.
You should listen to
Amazon. I'm not oh yeah, I'm on Amazon Prime. Yeah, I can do that. The Boys. I'll have to check that out.
You should listen to Dory Freeman. You would love her.
Yeah?
You would love her. Yeah. She's a mix of Brandy Carlisle and Joni Mitchell vocally. And she's from Galax, Virginia, which is kind of about an hour from me, but they have a big fiddlers convention there once a year. But I mean, just a clear, clean voice. She's only got like 3 albums, probably 32, 33 years old.
Here's Rich. He seems to think I know what I'm doing. Glenn, I just sent you a short clip of my wall. Send it to your email. Maybe you can pull it out over the stream. Yeah, that's going to happen. Sorry, Rich. You'll have to come on live if you want us to see your wall. I can't do that.
I'm telling you, it's because he's got the hair and the curlers.
I can't do that, buddy. Oh man, we'd lose the stream so fast. I don't know where we'd end up. We've got the double whammy of Brexit here in UK. 20% tax on all purchases bought from Europe. Oh, that's insane. It's just insane. Yeah. So like Rob said, he ordered the Sky Wallace album. Well, like I said, I went to order it and they want $20 to ship it. So I'm waiting until I can buy it from her. I'll be seeing her in the fall. So warnings. The Boys is very graphic, way out there. Very, very graphic. I think I can do that. Rich, next time. Well, what you got to do, Rich, you got to do a music room tour when you get your room all set up. Nothing attracts viewers more than a music room tour.
Man, Rich, I think Rich should do a secondary channel where he just shows us how he cooks, because apparently he can just cook it up. You should have a cooking channel, Rich.
Yeah. Those music room tours, I did one recently that because I'd already done one before, but the last one I did before that, over 4,000 views.
See, I mean, I don't have much of a room to show, so that's why I haven't done it. It's just
you put it on. Nobody can tell that. Make it look like it's really big. Don't tell them it's small.
I'll just take them to my record store and walk around.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, just say this is my room. All thousands of records.
Yeah. Are you watching anything on TV? Do you watch any Netflix stuff or anything?
No, my Netflix has been wonky now for a few months. I can't get it to work. I want to watch the new.
You haven't watched the Creedence. You haven't watched the Creedence documentary yet, then?
There's a Creedence Clearwater?
Yeah, Rich has watched it. I told him about it. He watched it. He said it was fantastic. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Oh my word!
On Netflix.
No, I've watched. Well, fairly recently, I watched the Don McLean documentary on Amazon.
Oh yeah, American Pie. Is it good?
It was pretty good. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the Leonard Cohen that I saw in theaters.
Yeah. The Cohen one's supposed to be really good.
It was really good.
Is that the Hallelujah one?
Yeah, that's the one I saw. Yeah, because I know you were worried that it was just going to be about the song, but they really do a good job talking about his folk life and his poetry beforehand. Okay. And they have good interviews with Judy Collins and people that were around. But no, I want to start the new Star Wars show. I'm a big Star Wars guy, so it's on Disney. I haven't watched it yet. I've actually been thinking about going back and rewatching Get Back again. I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, I could do that.
Birth of the Cool is fantastic. If you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was a really good documentary.
I saw that in theaters as well.
Richard, just to promote my video I'll post tomorrow, I created my own version of Traveling Wilburys Volume 2. 12 tracks from the solo material, 89 to 90. That's interesting. Sam's going to love that.
That could be I might jump on that,
Richard. Yeah. Sam and Adam from What the Gym, they'll both be lined up. Andor is good.
That's the new show. Yeah,
Is it? And which is that on? Is that on?
it's Disney. Yeah, Disney owns all the Star
Oh,
Wars
that's
rights.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there's Matthew.
Hey, Matt. Good to see you. The
A
new
slow
Star Wars
burn.
show is a slow burn, but I'm
That's
liking it so
that's
far.
the trouble I had with the first season of Mandalorian. I wasn't crazy. Boba Fett. Boba Fett was not great in my opinion. But anyway, I'll get off that because that could be a whole nother thing.
Geez, I haven't watched the Star Wars since the trilogy, the first
Really?
three. Yeah,
Well, they're nice and cleaned up on Disney graphics and everything. So
yeah.
if you ever want to rewatch it,
I don't
that's
have the Disney Channel. I only subscribed to it long enough to watch Get Back, and then I canceled it.
mm,
Yeah, I've got Amazon Prime and I've got Netflix. They're basically the two.
okay.
Yeah.
I have Paramount and Peacock as well.
Yeah, I don't have those. I would have to pay $20 a month each for those.
Mm, really,
Yeah.
Paramount for me is only 10 something like
Yeah.
that.
No, so I can't do it.
Yeah, you can get stuck in all of them. There's so many.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's only so many. And I'm a big sports guy, and there's now with the fall, like baseball playoffs coming, and NFL on, hockey season starting. Like I don't have time to watch any of it.
Matthew, what are the next things on your Dylan
We have to
journey?
say goodnight to Richard. He's finished his Guinness and he's going to bed.
Richard, we'll look forward
Richard, thank you, buddy.
to the
We love
Wilburys
you.
video.
You're the best. Thanks. If anybody's not subscribed to Richard McCook, please do so. He's an amazing man. CCR doc is excellent. Lots of previous unseen concert footage from Royal Albert Hall.
Oh, so it goes hand in hand with the new release then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I
I
don't
haven't
have
got yet. That's another one that I want to get.
I don't have it yet. I'm waiting for it to go down. I just saw it for anybody that's interested because I haven't bought it yet. The CD of the No Nukes concert has gone down like $10 on Amazon.
Oh, really? Oh, I have that.
It's like $21 right now.
I have it with the DVD and yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
So
Yeah.
that might be a Christmas.
That got me back into Bruce.
That might be a Christmas idea.
It's incredible. Yeah.
For anybody out there giving me Christmas gifts.
If you've never seen the performance, like video, well, it's incredible. I showed that to my nephew Jack, and he instant Springsteen fanatic. He went out and bought every CD.
Yeah. What's Jack listening to now? Because I don't see him.
Springsteen. I took him to see my favorite Canadian band, Lois and the Low, about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He's into them heavy now. He's going to his first concert this Sunday night. The Who.
Who's opening? Is that Mike Campbell?
No, Stephen Page from the Bare Naked Ladies is opening.
Oh, the guy that left?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Because around here, Mike Campbell will be opening.
Hey, Jerome. Yeah, the Dirty Knobs are opening for a few of the shows.
And they're also opening for Government Mule.
How's your family doing in Florida? We experienced a fair amount of rain and wind and well, they're just Winter Park, which is in Orlando, and they made it. They had a lot of water. It didn't get into their house, but their whole neighborhood was like probably 3 feet of water all in the streets, and it was not good. The last Dylans I bought were self-portrait and Whitmark demos. I'm going to keep absorbing those for another week or so. Then I'm planning New Morning and traveling through bootleg series. Interesting. The Whitmark demos, I'm not really. I'm
not crazy about them.
Yeah. Self-portraits is. I don't know what I think about self-portrait. I love some of it and some of it I don't. But there's some amazing stuff there.
Yeah, there is. But I mean, again, the another self-portrait is just mind-blowing.
The deluxe box set, another self-portrait is great.
I love it.
I agree. One of the best of the.
I can't remember, Matt. Do you already have Nashville Skyline? Because if you don't, you should definitely listen to Nashville Skyline before traveling through.
A New Morning is. If I was ranking Dylan albums, I don't know if that would be in my top 20.
Ooh, it would for me.
Really? Eh?
The song "Day of the Locust." Oh my God, I love that song. I mean, obviously, if not for you, New Morning itself, I love that song.
Yeah. New Morning's a great song.
I love his vocals of that were so good because he was coming out of the country era.
That's true. I haven't listened to it for quite a while. I should give it more of a listen.
Have you listened to every disc from your box set yet?
No, I haven't. But I've been listening to some that I had never listened to before, or hadn't listened to very often. So they all seem new to me.
I just listened to Together Through Life the other day for the first time.
That's great. That's a good album.
It is. The songs are concise. Like, it's not like long Dylan songs. They're 3-4 minute songs.
I listened to this one the other day and haven't listened to it for years, and it's awesome.
See, those two albums rank very low for me.
Really?
I don't like his voice in it. And I don't complain about Dylan's voice, but I don't like his voice in that because
I really like this one. This was one of the ones that's remastered. You were asking me about that. Mm-hmm. It sounds great.
It's almost like he was putting it on because he had just been in the Wilburys like the year before, and his voice sounded nothing like that.
Here's one I was listening to yesterday that I really didn't pay any attention to, Down in the Groove.
I love Shenandoah on that.
Yeah, and even like, well, I didn't realize he covered "Let's Get Together," the Canned Heat. Well, the only song I know it from Canned Heat, but this is not a bad album.
I've only listened to it a couple times all the way through.
I'll tell you, I didn't mind it. This is weird. This isn't the way this album came. Knocked Out Loaded. So I look at the back so I could see the songs because I wanted to listen to Brownsville Girl. I was listening to one of the things, and the back's the front.
Oh, they don't have the track listing?
No. Huh. And neither on the CD.
They have it on I've got like the jewel case. And
I think this got printed wrong or something.
It could have. I was just talking about that with my friend Tommy, and we were talking about the song "They Killed Him," the Chris Christopherson song.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a terrible song.
It is a terrible song. I don't like that at all.
The children's choir is terrible.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, Matthew, who's going through his Dylan journey. Knocked Out Loaded. Brownsville Girl is just epic.
Yeah. What about Real Live? Have you ever listened to this?
I've never listened to Real Live.
So some of it's freaking awesome. So it's Mick Taylor playing guitar on this album. The rockin' songs are great, but
what year is that?
They do 86? A couple of acoustic songs. This is like from the
like 86.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
It was like the Empire Burlesque.
And his voice sounds great. It's excellent, but there's a couple
I love his voice.
acoustic versions. Like he destroys "Tangled Up in Blue." It's just awful.
Really?
And there's another older song that he does acoustically that I hate, but I was really impressed with that one too. So yeah, and then of course your favorite,
the greatest album of all time. Spoiler alert.
The Christmas album. I've only ever heard that once in my life, so
you'll hate it. I can tell you, you're gonna hate it.
This is great. The book that comes with this thing is fantastic.
And it's hard, right? It's a hardcover
book. Yeah, really good. Just full of great information. And geez, I'm going backwards here. So yeah, I love this set. Just absolutely love it.
Give me 5 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to practice my hula hoop while Sam's away. We've got 16 people in the house. Sorry, I'm going to get caught up on some stuff here. New Morning and Planet Waves are my first Dylan albums. I love Planet Waves. New Morning, I should... this is an interesting comment, Stephen. I've used Together Through Life as Bob's tribute to Doug Sam. That's interesting. I love Doug Sam. Huh. Interesting. I never thought about it that way. I think I had both pictures on my original LP as well. Interesting. Infidels, Dylan's best from the 80s. Totally agree. Joker Man, Sweetheart Like You. Freaking awesome album. The Neville Brothers, Yellow Moon, as Dylan covers on it. Yes, and produced by Daniel Lanois, who ended up producing, I think, pretty much in his same place in New Orleans as Oh Mercy. And Tangled on Real Live is great, different lyrics, and I love the Christmas album. Steven's arguing with me. He thinks the Tangled Up in Blue on Real Live is great. It's a completely different lyric. Completely. Changed the whole song.
The whole song? I know. Yeah. He still does it a little bit, but not the whole song.
Yeah. No, it's different lyrics. I didn't like it. And he loves the Christmas album, Steven.
I do like the Christmas album.
Hula Hula. Do I know what that means?
Because you said you were going to hula while I was gone.
Oh, I was doing my hula hoop practicing when
Mhm.
you were gone. Oh, I love that. Gets my hips going.
The rain just started here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's coming.
Wow, that's
I've got
not
my
good.
windows open too because I turned my air off just to get fresh air in here.
It's actually it's after 6, so we probably got to head out here in a few minutes.
Yeah, I've got to
We got
figure
2
out.
more minutes. Anybody's got any questions for Sam St. John? Let them fly.
Let them fly.
Yeah.
Something else I got in the mail I didn't know, and I just got the single CD. The Hot Topic album there.
Pipes of Peace.
Pipes of Peace by Macca.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's got the Michael Jackson songs on it.
It's got Say 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 on it.
Oh, I can't own that record.
I have it on vinyl too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tommy sold it to me.
In Seattle, we actually need rain.
Wow. Steven, I'm a big fan of The Head and the Heart from Seattle. Just saw them 2 weeks ago. If you know them.
Yeah,
Oh, look at Matthew there.
Underrated, yeah. Well, that's from Matthew, and then Steven is going to have a fight with Matthew. Pipes is the worst.
The worst? I don't know. I've never listened to it all the way through.
Jimi Hendrix live CD. That's the one from the Forum in LA, 69, right? Which is the same year I saw Hendrix. So it's probably pretty much the same show I saw. So I probably am going to get it for that reason.
Yeah, I don't own any Hendrix. Zero.
Really?
Not a note.
Not a fan, or just?
I like him okay. I mean, it's not fully my style.
Oh yeah, I know.
Anyway,
Sam, who would you say are your top 10 artists? There we go. We got a Sam question.
Ooh, well, and
Top 10.
Well, I mean, number one's the Beatles. Number two varies. It can vary anywhere between Dylan, Tom Petty. So I mean, no order: Beatles, Petty, Dylan, John Prine, Avett Brothers, probably.
That's 5.
Beach Boys, 6. I'm trying to think. Honestly, maybe the Zombies. I really like the Zombies a lot.
Wow. He's scraping to find 10.
For me, it's hard for me to pick 10 because I love so much like individual things. I'd say probably Elton John. He'd be number 8-ish. The Monkees, 9, and Cosmic Torpedoes, 10.
Interesting.
I really don't know. I like, there were a lot of bands that I like specific points in their career, like the Who. Like if I was talking about the Who from like the early 60s up until Quadrophenia, then I would say the Who.
Yeah, the Who wouldn't make my top 10, but I love them.
I love Miles Davis, but up to a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Steven says he's heard of
Head in the Heart.
Head in the Heart, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just bought the John Prine box. Which one? The one with the first 4 albums, or the
probably
one
the Crooked Piece
Asylum?
of Pine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which I was happy I got Robert S. to buy that.
It's hard. Kind of put you on the spot. Yeah, I don't know. I think I could name 10 off in 2 seconds.
Give us 10.
I didn't get asked.
Oh, Van Morrison. He's on there.
There you go. You replaced the Cosmic Torpedoes with Van Morrison?
I didn't say that. You all can play with that.
Assumed. I made a big assumption.
I'll boot the Beatles.
The Who is my second favorite band.
It's Randy's favorite band. Randy Nelson.
I love the Who, but there's just so many bands I like more. But that doesn't mean they're not friggin' awesome.
Give us 10, Glenn.
He bought the Asylum set.
Yeah, that's the Crooked Piece of Time.
Yeah, that's a good set.
Really, it's fairly cheap for what you get.
10 would be Beatles, Dylan, Jethro Tull, King Crimson, Yes, Caravan, David Bowie, the Monkees, Grateful Dead, and who would I throw up in the top 10? Stones.
Zappa
would be over the Stones, actually. Yes. Now, they wouldn't be in any order except for Beatles and Dylan. They're 1A and 1B. Everybody else, depending on my mood, falls.
Did you say Prine?
I didn't say Prine, but.
Or Van?
Or Van. Wow. Van is slipping down for me.
Is it because of how he is now? Not to get political, but or is it because of just
he's putting out so much music and it's all the freaking same, and
yeah,
I don't know. There are certain artists after a while that I just adored all my life that don't have the same. I still love listening to them, but there's other bands I have more of a passion for now.
Oh, that's me too. I've got new bands that I have passions for and way more than some of the older stuff. I mean, even with I say the Beach Boys, but there's only a certain, section of the Beach Boys that I love, and then some of it's just okay.
Yeah. Yes, the Who better than the Stones.
I agree with that.
W. Stones better than the Kinks. Yeah, I got to say the Stones are better than the Kinks.
Although I will say the Kinks are the most British rock band that ever existed.
Van's stuff is mostly weak. Well, it's just, it's the same old. He's just doing, he's kind of going through the motions in a way. It's not very passionate, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, Van's still so amazing, but. Name your top 5 El Martino tracks. Spanish Eyes, which was played when I was a kid, was played at every wedding I ever went to. True Spanish Eyes. That's funny. Van's coasting. Yes, he is coasting, but he's enjoying himself, and he deserves to coast. I mean, the guy's had, been playing music since
like 66.
Almost 60 years now.
Yeah, he was with them in 67 or so, 66.
But I still enjoy the old the 70s Van Morrison stuff. I don't play much of the other stuff other than that.
Today, I listened to the first volume of It's Too Late to Stop. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's
that
great.
Verse, St. Dominic's Preview, whenever I hear it, I'm like, oh, it's such a good song.
Yeah. I love that album. I think that's my second favorite Van album.
Yeah, I mean obviously Caravan's killer on it. Wild Night, Warm Love is on it.
Yeah, it's a great live album.
Yeah.
Can Van really enjoy himself? No, probably not. He's a miserable bastard. He probably doesn't enjoy a second. He's a crappy guy.
I don't know if anybody else saw this. There was a picture of Paul McCartney that he posted today where he's doing yoga. He's standing on his head.
I saw that.
Good night.
I've never been able to stand on my head.
No, he's doing yoga in his living room, standing on his head. 80 years old.
Feed and Fleece was my first Van album. Yeah. I'm not of the opinion that Feed and Fleece is like that epic in his canon.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of people say it's as good as Astro Weeks, and it's kind of similar. I don't see it.
Lyndon Arden stole the highlights. Elvis Costello loves that.
Yeah. How about Elvis Costello doing those shows in New York? I would love to see one of those. He's also doing
Costello Sings Garcia Hunter show.
Really?
I saw it. It was I can't remember where. It's like a one night only thing where he's gonna be singing Garcia Hunter songs.
I never associated Elvis Costello with the Grateful Dead somehow.
No, me either.
That's pretty good. So Feed and Fleece was a stepping stone into Astro Weeks. Interesting. You finally finished that 38 CD Caravan box set. No, I am still exploring, and it's the best box set I've ever bought in my life. There's just so much great stuff in there. Some of the live CDs are friggin' fantastic. I just love that band so much. That is one of the best investments I ever made in a music thing.
Well, I'm probably gonna have to hit the road here
Yeah, I do too.
for
I got to
supper.
go upstairs and have some dinner and
I
spend
got to
some
close my
time with
windows
the
too.
wife. And we're
Freezing.
going to a wedding tomorrow. So
This was awesome.
yeah, it was great. Good doing this, buddy. We're gonna get the Sam and Glenn show back on the road, and we got a topic and figure out a day to do it.
We'll definitely be talking Revolver when that's out and we've listened to it.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have a great weekend, buddy.
All right, Glenn.
Thanks so much.
We'll
Take
see you on
care,
YouTube.
everyone. Everybody have a
Yep.
great night. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.